Righty, here we do not have a leopard in a tree, but a bird in a tree. Many birds, many of the same birds. They are, of course, falcons, little falcons. I do like the word falcon. I'm not sure why I like it. It makes me feel like it's a powerful word for some powerful birds. Except, of course, these birds, not the most sort of robust falcons there are in the world, on account of the fact that they pluck termites from the air, largely. That's what they eat. Now, naturally, I can never remember. No, I can remember. Sorry, I didn't used to be able to remember. These are called amur falcons, and they are quite closely, or often closely associated with red-footed falcons. Used to be eastern and red-footed kestrels, which obviously I was unable to ever remember. But if you look very carefully here, you might be lucky enough to see a male or female red-footed kestrel. Now let me just see if I can see this. I can only see amur falcons there. The red-footed ones have got a sort of, how should we describe it? I can show you a picture rather than try and describe it. Let me get my book out. Oh. A question from Mystic Gohad. What is a Mystic Gohad when it is not at home is what I want to know. Mystic Gohad, you want to know if they have migrated? They have indeed migrated. They've come all the way, as their name would suggest, Amur, from Siberia. Some of them all the way from Siberia, a little bit like Alex, our technical genius. He's also from Siberia. Well, he's not. He's from Russia. And what you will find is that they've come all the way from there, and they are on this page. Where are they? Where? There they are. Okay, so go there you are. You're already there. Well done. There is the amur falcon. That's what we're looking at there. Lots of males and females and juveniles. And here is the red-footed falcon. That's the one there. And so you'd be looking for very grey bird for the male with a little sort of rufous bottom. The male eastern redfoot, it's now the amur falcon, of course, has also got the red bottom, but he's got a much lighter grey to the rest of the body. So those are the amur falcons and the red-footed falcon. So the idea, of course, is always to try and find a red-footed falcon in amongst a large flock of amur falcons, which have come, like I say, from the Palearctic up in Siberia, northern parts. Sometimes as far as Vladivostok, which, of course, is enormously far away. Just trying to see again if I can see any western red-footeds. I keep missing the name, I'm afraid, but a question there about whether or not they always travel in flocks. They do, these chaps. The red-footed not quite as often, but these chaps will almost always fly in flocks. Yeah, I don't think there are any red-footed falcons amongst that bunch. It's quite a thing to watch them feed when they get... that's from Lynn. Thank you, Lynn. It's quite a thing to see them get in amongst a large swarm of termites, because what they do is when they catch their prey, they catch them on the wing with their feet and then lift their feet to their beaks as they're flying and then carry on catching them. And Senzo actually was just asking me, we saw a flycatcher, and he basically said to me, how on earth can a flycatcher get enough flies to eat in a day? And of course, the answer is they have to eat a huge number of them, and there are a huge number of them around the place. But you can imagine for a bird of this size, or very well for a flycatcher, but for a bird of this size, they must be doing a huge amount of hunting in the sky, trying to grab as many insects as possible. I'm just going to check that insects are the only thing they eat, because it is entirely possible that they have a slightly more Catholic diet than that. Mainly insects such as grasshoppers and termite alates, occasionally small birds. Let's see if we can get a little bit more detail on that. Oh, this is fascinating.